Hi grade 6, welcome to your next lesson of ukulele this term. I hope you had fun trying to get that muted strum, but just to help it get to the next level of authenticity. But today we're going to take it to its utmost level of authenticity. So it would sound very similar to what an actual Hawaiian ukulele player or a professional ukulele player would do when they're playing the ukulele. And so today we're going to look at our chuck strum. But let's first remind ourselves of what we have from last week, okay? So on the ukulele, this is what we did. 1, 2, 3, go. This was our verse. Then we do it again. All right, that whole thing. And the point of that was we're using our hand and our hand isn't stopping. That's our rhythm. Down, chuck up, down, down, mute up, down, up. Then we get those muted strokes in, okay? So today we're going to try and break it down and take it to our chorus. And that's going to look like this. But we're going to make it a little bit interesting. Instead of just using a muted strum, we're going to take it to our chuck strum. And that sounds like this. Alright? And we're even going to try and put that throughout the whole song. So if you got your muted strum pretty good, the chuck strum should be a lot easier to get. So let's first practice the chuck strum. We're going to try to play the chuck strum while holding an E minor chord on our ukulele. So while holding a E minor chord, we are now going to just remind ourselves of a muted strum. So our chuck strum can become a lot easier. So it was down, down, up, mute. Down, down, up, mute. Up, down, up, down, down, up, mute. Up, down, up. Down, down, up, mute. Up, down, up, down, down, up, mute. Up, down, up. Down, down, up, mute. Up, down, up, down, down, up, mute. Up, down, up. Okay? So down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, mute, down, up, down, down, up, mute, down, up. All right. So now what we're going to do is instead of that mute strum, if you know where the mute strum is positioned, you'll know where to put your chuck strum because we're just going to put a chuck strum where a mute strum was. So now what we're going to do is just to get that mute strum, just to get that chuck strum really good, we're going to go play and then put your hand down. So play and put your hand down. Alright, so let's try it together. So we're going to go play, play, mute with our hand. Mute with our hand. So try that. Play and mute. And what I want is, you see where your pinky is? All the way up until here. I'll call this the butt of the pinky. This is the pinky's butt. I want you to make sure the butt of the pinky does not go past the ukulele. Don't do this. Don't let it come like this. You're not doing this. Your hand has to be here and the butt of the pinky has to remain above the strings. If it doesn't remain above the strings, you're not going to be able to get it. So you're going to go like a karate chop, okay? Like this. Play, mute. Play, mute. Play, mute. Play, mute. Play, mute. Make sure the pinky butt stays high. Let's speed it up a bit. Play, mute. Play, mute. Play, mute. Play, mute. Play, chuck. Play, chuck. Play, chuck. Play, chuck. Let's speed up a little bit more. So play, mute. Play, mute. So notice how I'm not going down like this. My butt of the pinky is not going beyond the neck. If I go like this, it's going to be really hard because I have to go down and come back up and you won't be able to get it. So use your finger to play. Keep your hand up there. Quickly. Together. Play, mute. Play, mute. Play, mute. Play, mute. Play, mute. Let's take it slow again. Keep the butt of the pinky high. Let's speed it up. And don't hit it hard. Don't break your ukulele. All right? Now what we want is, we want to try and play with the butt of the pinky high, so that karate chop. We're good, but we're going to lift our hand a little bit. And when we play, we want our hand to be down and our fingers striking. That's going to give us our chuck. And that's how it should sound like. Don't do it over here, over the sound hole. You'll get this weird sound. All right, do you want it over here on the neck? So you want it over here on the neck. So make sure your butt of the pinky's there. Lift your hand, strike. Don't let the butt of the pinky pass any string. It should be at the top of the neck. All right? So make sure your hand's there. Mute it as you're trying. 1, 2, 3, 4. Listen how it sounds. All right, slower. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's hear it with my B minor. Let's hear it with my E minor chord. I'm gonna hit a down and then do a chuck on my E minor chord. Down, chuck. Down, chuck. Don't let the pinky butt pass. Down, chuck. Slowly. Down, chuck. Down, chuck. And you have to have a bit of a lift off on that right hand to really get that effect. So down, chuck. Down, chuck. Down, chuck. Down, chuck. So take time to practice that by yourself, and then you'll be able to do it with the chords. But don't get frustrated just because it's not coming. Most of the reasons why it doesn't come is because people put their hand down. If your hand goes down like this, like if the way you usually strum, which is good way of strumming, if it goes down, you will not be able to get the chuck. If you now strum with your index finger up here, keeping your hand just above the neck, using your index finger to strum, you'll be able to get that chuck. And I'm not even releasing on my left hand, okay? So let's remind ourselves of the rhythm. It was down, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Now I'm just gonna put wherever that mute strum was. It was down, down, up, mute, up, down, up, down, down, up, mute, up, down, up. It was a mute on the down and on the up, okay? So now I'm gonna go down, down, up, chuck, instead of that muted strum. Down, down, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck, up, down, up. And that up stroke is still gonna be a muted strum. So I'm just replacing a down with that chuck. Most of the time, it's usually that down stroke that gets that chuck. So down, down, up, chuck, up, down, down, up, chuck, up, down, up. Then take it down here to that D chord. Down, down, up, chuck, up, down, down, up, chuck, up, down, up. Back to that E minor. Down, down, up, chuck, up, down, down, up, chuck, up, down, up. D major. Down, down, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck, up, down, up. C major. Down, down, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck, up, down, up. D major. Down, down, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck, up, down, up. C major. Down, down, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck, up, down, up. Then on that B, still with those hit and release hits. Still with those choppy hits on that B major chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 1, 2. Repeat. And what ends up happening is it's like your own drummer. That chuck is a percussive effect. And it gives it more of a groove. That's what we want. Down, down, up, chuck, up, down, up, down, up, chuck, up, down, up. Now let's take it to our chorus. Our chorus is going to have one different chord. Only one different chord. So that was our verse. Our chorus is going to be, take your ring finger, put it on the 7th fret of the G string and bar it. So you're going to put a squishiness on it on the 7th fret of the G, 7th fret of the C, 7th fret of the E. So 3 fingers being played by that one finger. 3 strings being played by that one finger. And then your index finger is going to play the 5th fret of the A string. So ring, 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 index on the 5th fret of the A. Now, some of you might find that tricky, so you might want to try and use these 3 fingers. The only problem with that is it might be hard to get all of them right there. So that's why professional ukulele players use that ring finger, because it allows them to get it good. And so what you need to be aware of, and remember explaining this last time, but I'll explain it again. Don't be a sausage. Don't let your fingers be like a don't let them lie flat like that. That's not going to give you enough pressure, and it's also going to be touching the string underneath. Make sure your finger goes inward. You see how my ring finger is flat there, and then it's sticking out over here and going down? That's what you want. You don't want it to lie flat straight all the way down. It needs to go, first knuckle, inverted, sticking out, then coming down. If you can do that, then this string will end up being able to sound. But because this is your first time trying to really get this, what's going to happen is you'll be touching a little bit. So what you really need to do is force it. You have to force it. Force it upwards. It will feel so uncomfortable, but the more you do it, the better you get. I was not able to do this chord when I first started out on ukulele and guitar, but it took time. And so the more I forced it, I was able to get it. So now it becomes second nature to me because I always use this chord. Alright, but if you really want to try, you can use this other version where you put your middle finger on the 7th of the G, ring finger on the 7th of the C, pinky on the 7th of the E, index on the same place, the 5th fret of the A. If you can fit it and you want to use that, that's fine. But this is more of an advantage because you can move it anywhere on the ukulele, okay? So we're going to start off here and we're going to go down, down, up, down, up, okay? Down, down, up, chuck. Down, down, up, chuck. Down, up, down, down, up, chuck. Down, up. And we're just going to do it once. This is our G major chord. The squishiness is that G major chord. Squish on the 7, hold that index finger on the 5th of the A. Down, down, up, chuck. Down, up. Then we go back to our D major chord. We just roll our ring finger up and we hold that 7th fret of the G, 6th fret of the C, barring on the E and A 5th fret. Down, down, up, chuck. Down, down, up, chuck. Down, up. Down, down, up, chuck. Remember that up after the chuck is a muted strum. Down, down, up, chuck. Alright, so to get that muted strum, remember you have to release. Down, down, up, chuck. Down, down, up, chuck. Down, up. So it just comes back with a sound on that down, up after the chuck and the muted strum on the up. Down, down, up, chuck, up, down, up. Then you go to that C major chord, the exact same shape, slid down 2 frets. So now your ring finger's on the 5th fret. Down, down, up, chuck, up, down, up. And then back to the D. Down, down, up, chuck, up, down, up. So our whole chorus is G, D, C, D. Then again the second time, G, D, C, D. Okay, so just do that twice. G, D, C, D, G, D, C, D. Pretty simple, it's just the shape that's tricky. And we want to now get it with a chuck. Let's first try it with our muted strum, then we'll put in our chuck strum. 3, go. Down, down, up, down, up, 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 down, down, up. Now me saying the mute. Down, down, up, mute, up, down, up, down, down, up, mute, up, down, down, up, mute, up, down, up, down, down, up, mute, up, down, 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 up, mute, up, down, 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 up, mute, down, 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 up, mute, down, 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 up, mute, down, up. Now slowly with my chuck strum. Down, down, up, chuck, up, down, 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 up, chuck, up, down, down, up, chuck, up, down, 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 up, chuck, up, down, down, up, chuck, up, down, 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 up, chuck, up, down, down, up, chuck, up, down, down, up, chuck, up, down, up. Even slower. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, chuck, up, down, down, up, chuck, up, down, down, up, chuck, up, down, 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 up, chuck, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, chuck, up, down, 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 up, chuck, up, down, up. Last time. Down, down, up, chuck, up, 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 down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, chuck, up, down, down, up, chuck, up, down, up. And if you do it really quick, it sounds like it's down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up. A nice island feel, man. Yeah, I'm gonna see it. be the rhythm when you put that chuck strum right there. It sounds more of like an island feel, something that you'd be hearing on Jamaica if you're able to get it and put a bit of speed on it. So now let's take it from the verse. We'll take it from the verse and take it to the chorus. All right, let's go for it. One, I'm going to use my chuck strum. 1, 2, 3, go. Second time on the verse. Down, down, up, chuck, up, down, up, down, down, up, chuck, up, down, up, down, down, up, chuck, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, chuck, up, down, up, down, down, up, chuck, up, down, up. Now we're gonna go to our chorus. Let's go. Drop. We're going to take it on the breakdown next week. Alright, grade 6s, so things are getting a little bit more challenging. We have harder chord shapes on our left hand. We have that squishy G chord, and we also have an element on our right hand that's making things trickier. We have that muted strum, which has taken it to the next level, which is now our chuck strum. So do your best to try and get that chuck strum. If you do, you will sound like a proper seasoned ukulele player if you can get that chuck strum. A lot of people can just go down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, but it's not as authentic as it would be down, down, up, chuck, up, down, up, down, down, up, chuck, up, down, up. Gives it much more feel and makes your playing way more interesting. So trickier chords on the left hand, different rhythms on the right hand. Put them together, become an authentic ukulele player. So do your best to try and get this. Next week we'll just be finishing off this reggae song, and I'm gonna let you go and practice and do your best to get this as authentic as you can possibly get it. So have fun practicing, have fun struggling, and I will see you next week.